Hi second graders. Today we are going to be doing a math lesson and we are going to continue talking about place value, which means the value that a number has depending on which place it is in the number. And I actually brought a caterpillar with me to help us out with today's math lesson. So
why did you do that?
well, not only is it really cute, but learning about place value reminds me that numbers are really special because a number actually changes its value depending on where it sits in a number, okay? But a caterpillar doesn't. So if I have a caterpillar in my hand, it's still a caterpillar, right? And if I drop the caterpillar on the ground, it's still a caterpillar. Even if I give it to you, it's still a caterpillar, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably wondering, what in the world am I doing?
Yeah, where are you going with this, Miss Marquardt?
Well, numbers don't do that. Objects stay the same no matter where we put them, but numbers don't. If I were to take the number 9, for example, and I put the 9 in the tens place, what is its value?
90.
Yeah, a 9 in the tens place is worth 90. But if I were to move the 9 and put it in the ones place, how much is that worth?
Only 9, because it's 9 ones.
Only 9. So numbers are really special and we need to treat them carefully, like we're going to look at in this worksheet, because the underlined digit in this on this worksheet is going to determine the value of how much that number is worth. So why don't we take a look at the directions, and I might set my caterpillar down.
Okay,
He's
I'll
still
allow
a
it.
He'll
Go
still be a
ahead.
caterpillar though. All right, so our directions at the top ask, what is the value of the underlined digit? For example, in the number 34, the value of the digit 3, which is the underlined digit, is worth 3 tens or 30. In our second example, the number 67, we have the 7 underlined. The value of the digit 7 is 7 ones or 7. So for each of the problems on the page, we are going to be looking at the number, but very, very closely with our eagle eyes, we need to find the underlined digit, and then we're going to be writing the value of that digit on the line.
Miss Marquardt, I just had
Yes.
a really good idea
I'd love
that
to hear
will
it.
help us figure out if the kids watched this video or not. Do you want to hear my super secret idea?
Yes, I do.
Okay. She doesn't even know. This is spur of the moment. I'm going to blow your mind right now.
Okay, I'm ready.
So when I looked at the directions and they underlined the 3 that's in the tens place, they
Uh-huh.
said 3 tens or 30. So my thought is, if I'm looking at A and they underlined the 7,
Mhm.
which place value is the 7 in? Is it in the ones place or the tens place?
It's in the tens place.
So what if we write above this, we write 7 tens, and that is going to help us figure out how much it's worth or what is the value of that 7.
I like that. And then on the line, they could write, well, 7 tens is the same as 70.
70.
So
Yep.
they'll write 70 on the line.
Yeah.
So next to it, they need to write how much it's worth and which place value it is, and then they'll write the value on the line.
So what do you think we should do on B?
Okay, so we need to put our eagle eyes on that underlined number, which is a 6. And since it's in the ones place, up here, we're going to write 6 ones.
6 ones. And then here's going to be our answer. How much is 6 ones worth? What's
Well,
the value?
6 ones is just worth 6.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, that's tricky.
Oh, yeah, how do we know?
Well, there's only one number.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about numbers, we always start in the ones place. So if there's no other numbers written, we know that it's going to be in the ones
it
place.
just has to be the ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would mean we would write 4 ones at the top.
4 ones, which is worth
4.
4. Okay. Should we
Not
try
so bad.
one more in the tens place and just... What if we pop down the E over here?
Ooh, okay. So we have the number 89, and I'm noticing that the number 8 is underlined. Do you want me to write
Yeah.
up here what
Would you mind?
we should do? So if it's 8 in the tens place, that means it's going to be 8 tens,
Uh-huh.
and 8 tens is equal to 80.
80.
Yep. Not so bad.
Yeah. So there's one more thing I wanted to show them at the bottom. While you pull that up, I'm going to erase what we've done so far. just so they don't get tripped up on those bottom questions.
My caterpillar would like to help.
Oh, hi, Caterpillar. All right, so let's take a look at I. This is a word problem. Sometimes when kids start seeing words mixed in with math, they get really overwhelmed, and before they even read it, they say, Mom, Dad, I don't know what to do. I can't do this. This is too hard.
Or
And
they skip it.
They skip it entirely. Do we want our second graders to skip it or get overwhelmed just because it's written in a sentence?
No way.
No,
They can do it.
you can do it. So let's check it out.
All right.
This says, in the number 38, which digit has the largest value?
Ooh.
It's not saying which number is higher, 8 or
No.
3. Which one has the highest value?
Ooh, okay.
And there's a trick to that.
Yeah, and I think I know a way that might help.
How?
I think if we break the number up and we talk about how much each of these numbers is worth, we
Mhm.
can figure it out. Just like what we practiced over here, but let's look at both of them.
Sure.
So a 3 in the tens place is 3 tens, which means it's really worth 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
All right. But the 8, which is in the ones place, is really only worth 8.
Yes. So now, which has a higher value, which is worth more, 30 or 8? Here's how I like to think of it.
Okay.
If I was offered, do you want 30 pieces of candy or 8 pieces of candy? You'd want the higher value, right?
No brainer. I want 30 pieces of candy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that 30 is bigger than 8. It's asking which digit, and a digit is just a single number
Single
at this
number.
point, which means I'm not going to write 30. I'm actually going to write the number 3 on the line. So the 3, even though, this is tricky, even though 3 is smaller than 8, it actually has more value because it's worth 30 in the number.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So if I break that down, if I have two numbers, one is in the ones place and one is in the tens place, you want to know a trick?
Yeah.
The digit that's in the tens place is always going to have a higher value.
Ooh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Do you want to use that trick to see if you can figure out J? We won't write it down. We'll talk about it.
I would like to use that trick,
Mhm.
but I'm going to remind students to be awfully careful.
Oh, they switched it up on us. Instead of the largest number, we're supposed to figure out the smallest
They're
value.
not giving these kids a break.
They're not.
But I bet we can do it together.
Yeah.
All right. So this time they want the smallest value. Okay, we can do it.
Uh-huh.
Let's look at the number 15 in the same way that we did up here.
Okay.
I know that the 1 is in the tens place, which means the 1 is actually worth 10.
Uh-huh.
All right. The 5 in the ones place is really worth 5.
Yes. So now instead of the largest value, we want to find the smallest value. Let me switch it up. Last
Okay.
time I said how you would want more candy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this one is how many shots you have to give when you go to the doctor's office.
Oh,
Okay? You want
a needle?
the least amount of shots as
Oh.
possible,
I
right?
don't like going
So,
to the doctor.
If you have to go to get your vaccines
Okay.
and the doctor says, do you only want 10 or do you want 5? You're going to want the smaller
5.
number, right?
Yeah.
Which is,
I prefer 0, but
yeah.
I'll
would wanna
take
go with
5 because I don't want very many of those. That actually makes a lot of sense when
Uh-huh.
you put it like that. So I know that the smallest value is going to be 5, and that's going to be the digit that we write. I'm not going to write it though because I want to make sure they're listening in this
Mhm.
video. So I'm just going to pretend.
Yeah. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to seal it with a pretty bow
Ooh, I love
by
those.
reminding you, if you're looking for the digit with the largest value and you only have ones and tens, it's going to be in the tens column.
Mhm.
But if you want the smaller value, it's going to be in the ones column. 'Cause
Mhm.
Ones are worth a lot less than tens, huh?
That's pretty
Alright.
helpful.
I think that you guys are going to do great on this. Good